I first started stuttering around the age of 3 or 4, probably due to some form of Tourette's when I had to suppress whatever words I shouldn't say. Initially, I stuttered in my native language, Mandarin, and then in English after I came to the US at the age of 10. Then in 2016, my big break came when I skimmed across a Reddit post mentioning the effectiveness of Coach Lee Levitt's book, How to Stop Stuttering and Love Speaking. I bought the book and devoured it in a couple of days. And every word in the book rang true and resonated with my 30 years of experience combating stuttering as a PWS. Before this, my speech was mostly like a bull in a china shop, but now I can leap over my fear words with gazelle-like grace. During the years and decades I stuttered, I missed out on countless opportunities in every part of my life. Your fluency can help you become the best version of yourself and do the best for others as well. For your courage and persistence in tackling this condition that's no known solution. And that stands as a true testament to the limitless possibilities of human potential. Take care and may the fluency be yours.
You did such a great job. It was really well written. I, for one, really appreciated all of the great imagery. Love it. I could write songs with all of those, yeah, vivid images. It was really funny. Yeah, you're a funny guy. It's
Thank you.
great.
Well, I
If
try my
you
best.
yeah, you mentioned this comedy improv workshop. If you haven't done stand up, I think you'd do great.
You are resilient. I love how you pushed yourself. This program works because every teacher, every one of you, every teacher was once a student. So I want to say, keep up the great work.
Dom, wow, you were like a bullet train. Tuck, 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 tuck. Fire, fire, fire. Gee, slow down. Have you ever thought what will happen to us if we try to copy your speed?
Right.
Just kidding. Great, great Sam talk. Very inspirational. Lot of good messages. And very nice to hear the way you pushed yourself through Toastmasters.
Thank you. Thank you.
Start slow and get into the flow, am I
Right.
right?
There
Yeah.
you go.
We, yeah, I contractually have to mention it every meeting.
Oh,
Your speech was smooth, flawless, and you looked very confident.
thank you.
I think anyone agrees that you are a great speaker, so congratulations.
Thank you.
And I'm going to steal your sentence. The more I speak, the more people want me to keep speaking. So that's a good tip. Thank you very much.
Of course. Yeah.
My question
Ah,
for you is, do you
mhm.
still do mind training? And if yes, how many times do you do mind training each day?
Yeah, I still do mind training because it's one of the staples like of this method, right? The 1, 2, 3 punch. And I do it, I try to do it 3 times a day if I can. But at least twice a day, once in the morning and once going to bed. And if I can do it in the middle of the day, that's all the better. So,
Sylvia from Italy spoke a minute ago, and I speak for only myself. I love her Italian accent. I can listen to it all day long. It is absolutely delightful and charming, and I hope that you never lose it. Back to you,
Thank you,
Yuval.
Lee.
Is there anything you would have changed and done differently in your early stages of your speech journey? And if so, what would that be?
I say that if I was still, early on in my fluency journey, definitely using the crutches and doing the 1, 2, 3 punch, right? Being consistent with it. Like nothing beats persistence and consistency in practice.
What is the most important advice you would to give it to anyone suffering from stuttering?
Definitely, trying all the 3 parts of the program, right? And also, being able to go out and experiment with different aspects. And that means, kind of like doing what I did, but starting first with family and friends. and working your way up to acquaintances and to strangers. For me, like I said in my speech, trying the PFF sessions, that would really help. Could shave off months and years of your progress.
Do you have any advice there about situation with a performance review or situation that's a difficult conversation that can maybe help me feel like it's okay to defend myself. I can speak well in those situations.
Something that really helped me is using Crutch 8, voice modulation. Now, voice modulation can have different qualities. One's like the very passionate, like you're meaning everything you say, that's meant for stage. That kind of tonality wouldn't be appropriate when you defend yourself. So the tonality I use is something that's called explanatory tonality, where I slow down a bit and I lengthen my words out, like in sort of like a coaxing tonality. Like I'm telling you this, trust me, I'm telling you this. This is my perspective. And those are the words that your tonality infers, that your tonality naturally brings up. Like, here's the thing. I understand about these results from performance reviews, and you can rest assured that I really work night and day for this. And it's just that the current system with the influx of AI technology doesn't bode well for our industry, right? That's an example of performance review or a family gatherings be like, I know we have some arguments in the past, but I think our history goes back a long time, and we share so many happy memories, such as the time we went to Yosemite and we fished together, and it will be hard for me to let those memories go. Like it's a tonality that it also has to do with your words that you say too. But specifically for Crutch 8, you lengthen your words out and then you give it a little relaxing. If that's not the right word, then but you know what I'm saying. It's almost like you're coaxing them into you know, believing and also accepting what I'm saying. Hopefully this helps.
Aside from our, which crutches to focus on, if you can mention that, that would be great. But also any other tip that you can give.
So for high pressure situations where it's a lot of fast conversations, one thing I'll advise is know like what questions you'll ask or which answers you're going to give and write them out beforehand, right? Now, they're not going to be like verbatim. You still have to adapt it to the situation at hand. But generally, like I have some sound bites about, the company, about the product, some small talk, and a little bit about the client company. Write them out beforehand and practice them using the crutches that you feel like will work the best. And also have different variations for those sentences, right? So say if you come to a block on one of the introductions sentences, you can immediately switch to another variation. That works well when high pressure situation. And of course, like what Coach Lee said, short link stop, that's kind of like the default speech plan for high pressure. If you can take your time and also link the words, make the words 1, 2, 3 words increments.
I wanted to ask you what your speech goals are now that you have achieved fluency and you've done a lot of this like social like coaching.
With regards to my goals, I truly believe that all of us, we are all striving towards the next goal, right? It's kind of like the quote I was saying, it's what you know after you know it all that counts. So I still have a lot of room for improvement. Like what Coach Lee said, I tend to speak fast and, making a conscious practice to slow down. That's my next goal. Um, that's definitely number one. The second one is helping PWSs become fluent because I almost wish this kind of program existed when I was stuttering. So having this program now and also be able to help others is one of my greatest wishes. And also helping those who have stopped stuttering to become expert communicators. That'll be an end goal as well. So
What is your favorite affirmation and why?
Today I'll make a happy day. That's definitely one of the stable ones, right? Because it's what we are aiming for. And also, times also life aspect affirmations. One of my favorite one is, today I'll laugh at my anger in all of its forms. Because sometimes if I get like frustrated in traffic or something doesn't work out at work, then I say this, and the problem just seems so minuscule in scale if I say this affirmation, right? Or everything, every way, I'm improved. My speech is improving because in every way, because that affirmation is developed by the father of autosuggestion, Emil Kuhl, and who better to get an affirmation than the inventor? So those will be my top three.
What message do you have for us in order to slow us down? Because when we are speaking, say, in a presentation or a meeting or to a client, we are anxious. Even though we feel confident, we speak fast and we may not be able to relay that message properly. So how do all of us, even though we are fluent, slow ourselves down?
In answering this question, I would think about what Coach Javier said during one of the PFS sessions to the PWS when the PWS was asking him, am I speaking too slowly? And Javier said that speaking slowly only takes a minor difference in time, but has a massive impact in the effectiveness of communication. Like if you just slow down a bit, it's only going to take like a couple of seconds slower, right? But the listener can hear you a lot more effectively. And to be fair, like presentations and speeches, they're probably the easiest places to slow down because you kind of have all the time in the world. You're not responding in real time. You're not waiting for like someone to jump back in. So that's kind of like the best advice I'll give you, slow down for the sake of effectiveness because that'll make you a more effective communicator.
Noah, wonderful job being host. I remember when you and I first talked, I remember your stuttering and you're speaking so beautifully. You're speaking almost as well as you sing when you're on the stage.
Thank you so much.
So good for you. As to Dong, I mean, everyone has said it. His remarks today were outstanding. His delivery, everything was wonderful about it. Mainly his message and the way he felt his message. But slowing down would improve even the excellence that we heard when he spoke.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Lee. It's now time to close our meeting. I hope that you enjoyed exchanging thoughts with ex-stutters and those fast becoming ex-stutters. I will now end with our motto. Feel free to say it along with me. If you can say one word anywhere, anytime,
Wow.
you can say and love to say any word, anywhere,
Anywhere.
anytime.
Anytime.
Until next Saturday, everybody. Have a great weekend.